Jackie, Winnie, thanks so much for your time today. I'd like to just give a few opening remarks and regarding the purpose of our meeting today. It is really to get clarity on the coaching process, the objectives, what we're trying to accomplish, to make sure that when we walk out of here, we're all on the same page exactly what success looks like in terms of the coaching programs. Winnie, I've had the opportunity to spend some time one-on-one with you to get your understanding of the coaching process. Jackie, I've had an opportunity to speak with you one-on-one to get your perspective on what you would like to see as a successful outcome. And so today I just want to make sure that I've been a clear translator because I've had a chance to debrief also with Winnie around your conversation with me. And I want to make sure that there's abundant clarity among the three of us here. And I will play the role as facilitator here and make sure that if there's anything that needs to be clarified around the coaching process or anything else that we can cover that.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Any questions before we get started?
No.
Okay. So Jackie, I just want to ask you, I know that one of the important things is to understand what Winnie has been doing well and some things you'd like to see her do different behaviorally that would be a successful outcome. So I'll turn over to you to describe that to Winnie.
Well, I think that, obviously you came here with a strong background, very good technical skills in terms of sales management, some of those kind of areas, and in terms of what we sell, the business, and you're very detail-oriented, real logical thinker, very rational in terms of your planning process, good at prioritizing, and being very clear with your people as to what you expect from them. And I think those are all good strengths, and I've seen those demonstrated in multiple venues. I've checked in with some of the people who report to you about how's it going, and I think that they feel like they are no longer a rudderless ship. They know the direction. So I think all that's great. And I think that I've been pretty clear with you, and if I haven't, I'm reiterated here, where I'd like to see the major improvement be in the relationship building and connectivity with people inside the organization. I'd like to also see more flexibility on your part, particularly around presentations, and being able to bob and weave in a presentation when you had a half hour slotted and you only end up with 13 minutes, being able to flex your presentation down to that size. If the audience is keen on what you're talking about, flexing it up to 45 minutes, being able to really get those people engaged. I think those are two kind of major areas where I'd like to see you focus. The relationship building is very important. I know you've been doing relationship building externally. Mm-hmm. I don't think that that's enough. I think you've also got to do it internally because people here, you're at a high enough level where you've got to be influencing and persuading people who are your key stakeholders. So I think that's key as well to your success. And quite honestly, the other thing that I talked to Rick about, and I've been having a growing concern about, Winnie, is just how happy you are in the job. I don't know whether you came in, you interviewed with a lot of enthusiasm and energy. I don't see it on your face anymore. Bright eyes are really important to me, and I don't see them coming from you a lot. And so I'm worried.
Wow. Thank you for the feedback, and I guess I want to thank you also for giving me Rick as a coach. It's opened my eyes to a lot of things. I'm still excited about the job, the opportunities here, the opportunities to have more of a global sales than I had in my previous company. And as you said, I've been focusing a lot on external customers and building relationships. I think the deal, by the way, with Johns Hopkins is going to go through. So, all looks good. Focusing then on my team, and I haven't focused on, that's one of the things that Rick pointed out to me. I have not, and you're speaking it now. I have not focused on the internal people. Haven't had the time, frankly, and I guess I sort of expected more of the Midwestern welcome than I got. So if this had been New York, I would have said, okay, that's fine. Business as usual, focus on external, but I sort of expected more of a welcome, and that was depleting for me. I don't know that I felt welcome except for my team. So I wasn't quite sure how to construe that, and my focus was definitely on sale, bringing the business, and externally. So I think I understand the message, and you're right, I haven't been happy to be inside these walls, so I spend my time outside of the walls.
Well, I think this is a kind of we call this kind of family culture, relationship
Mhm.
culture, but the truth is that we don't do a good job of welcoming outsiders
Mhm.
into the fold. We expect them to make the effort, and that is just part of the culture, and a lot of people have experienced that. It's not necessarily something that I would be able to change, but if there's some way that I can help you with that process, I would be happy to try to put you in touch with, or bring you to other meetings that I have to give you more exposure. But I think the part of it that's so important here is the stuff that happens over lunch, over dinner, over coffee. It's the dropping by, the connectivity, as opposed to attendance at a meeting where I might attend.
Okay. I think I understand that. That's the message Rick gave me. Do you think that you could possibly introduce me and get me to some of the social things? Because it's very awkward. I'm not really sure how, which ones are important, which ones are not, and who the key stakeholders are. We talked a lot about key stakeholders, and that's not clear to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think where we're jumping to is identifying solutions to this one thing, and certainly I can identify the key stakeholders. If there are social opportunities, social venues, I can bring you there. But what I need to see is that you're willing to take that initiative, to schedule the lunches, to connect with people. Because quite honestly, if you're not connecting with the internal stakeholders for whatever reason, this job is going to be more and more difficult for you. And I need to be really clear about that it's not something that I can really create for you. It's that connectivity that I need for you to have, and that's going to come from you having that relationship with those people yourself. But certainly identifying who they are, I can do.
The other thing was the presentation at the meetings. I think I could flex. I think I could learn to get the slides from 15 to 40. I think one of the things that has been really helpful with my team is to bring some structure to the organization. I think that it's very loose, and I think I was sort of hired to be sort of a change agent and put the strategic plan in place, and I'm known for that. So is that something that you'd be willing to support, that we sort of maybe work on a little bit of structure for some of those presentations?
Well, I think structure with your team is one thing. Prioritizing the work for them, creating the master plan, getting them focused on the right stuff. I think that's all important stuff. I really think that at your level, there kind of is no such thing really as a presentation. There are conversations, there are discussions, there are opportunities to influence, and the information is more of a backdrop for that as opposed to the pivotal point. So I would love to actually get you to a point where you're just having a conversation with no slide deck. Because I think that would be more powerful and actually give you more, command more respect in this organization than a fancy deck.
Yeah, that's very different than where I was before.
Yeah.
So Winnie, so we've heard from Jackie that flexibility is going to be very important, and so you might have some ideas of how she can help you, but we'll also explore through the coaching process how you can help yourself. right? And then also this notion of building these, solid relationships.
Mhm.
Is that something that you're willing to commit to
No, yeah.
as part of the process?
Sure. I mean, I see the value of it, and if this is something that I need to do more of and be the one to reach out, yeah, I can do that.
Okay, great. Okay, terrific.
And I'd say to both of you, if along the way of your journey that you find anything that I could be doing differently to be a better manager for you, I would be more than open to that feedback. What I can't do, don't want to do, is change the culture here to accommodate you and where you've come from. I don't think that's reasonable. But if stylistically you need different direction, different guidance from me, different mentoring from me, I'm happy to do that.
Yes, so Jackie, I really appreciate the support. Winnie, I appreciate your willingness to, make the investment in yourself and commit to yourself. So one final point is, how often do you think we should check in, Jackie? One of the things important in the process is do some check-ins. I can do it as frequently or infrequently as you would like. What's going to work for you?
I personally think that in a situation where somebody's new to the company, and they've created, an impression that's a little bit off what is needed to be successful, that get course corrected pretty quickly. So you do get a second chance to make a first impression. I'd like Winnie to make that second impression really quickly. So, monthly might be good, maybe then every 6 weeks, but I really think we need to see some,
Terrific. So I'll get on your calendar
change.
within a month here just to do a check-in to see how things are going and we can talk about it. Okay, great. So listen,
Thanks.
thank you for your time. Thank you for your time, and keep going here.
Okay,